Hello and welcome to episode 5 of Loop Lesson. Today we're going to be learning domain expansion from the Cursed Energy loop pack written by the smart and talented JC. So, I'm not going to lie, this loop is probably the most difficult simply for the fact the number sequence is so gosh darn it long. But that's not going to stop us, and we're a bunch of goddamn savages. So today, because this is the last episode as well, I'm going to show you how I practice loops. Just how I practice in general. I don't play to metronomes, I play to music. I want to be a musician, not a metrician. Got me? So let's start by learning the number sequence, because no matter what we do, that is the baseline. If we don't know what numbers are being played, we can't improvise. At least for me, that's the case. Okay, so we have 5, 6, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. And if we count along with the music, with this sequence, it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. So now that we know the number sequence, let me share some of my favorite ways to practice using drum loops. So one of my favorite ways to practice to drum loops and also learn new sequences is to apply patterns to the numbers of the sequence. So in this demonstration, I'm going to use 2s, 3s and 4s. The 2s are played as 1, 2, right, left, hi-hat, snare, right hand hi-hat. A 3 pattern with the right hand 1, 2, D, 1, 2, D, 1, 2, D. The left is delayed by a 16th note, 1, 2, D, 1, 2, D, 1, 2, D. So 1, 2, D, 1, 2, D, 1, 2, D. And then a 4, 1, 2, D, 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 4. And I'm playing kicks on all the ones, so it's quite heavily accented. Let's hear how it sounds on the drums. So what makes that exercise so good for me is the fact I'm working on synchronization between both my hands and my feet. I'm working on dynamics because I'm doing ghost notes, and I'll swap left-handed so my left plays loud while my right hand is playing ghost notes. Ultra good for your brain box. And then finally, I'm working on hand speed. Well, not finally, because the fact I'm playing to a drum loop, I'm having to fit in with the music. I'm thinking about this whole exercise musically. It's not just a set of motions I go through whilst hearing ding, 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 ding. The music flows, I have to flow with it. That's how you become a musical savage. It doesn't matter that you can play whatever polyrhythm if it sounds boring and robotic, which I did a whole lot of when I was trying to learn how to become the savage drummer I always wanted to be. Another exercise I like to do, and this is a relatively new one, is to play along with the loop, but only with the kick and my left hand on the snare. So I'm thinking more about the phrasing with ghost notes, and I'm more conscious of what they're doing. Or I'll do the opposite and I'll just play kick and hi-hat, same effect. So let's have a listen to how that will sound too. So those are just a few of the ways I love to use drum loops as a practice tool. Not just something for fun, not just copyright free music to play on Instagram and YouTube. This stuff is what I do every single day. Hours and hours a day I'm playing along to these. I'm learning how to phrase musically and apply complexity to music. It has to be a symbiotic relationship. If you're just impressive, you're gonna sound robotic. If you're just musical, I guess you'll just play pocket all the time. You won't do any like outside expression. Fuck, I don't know. This is all just my opinion. I hope you find this useful, and until next time.